could. Camera right there. Welcome back to Harry and David Field. You're watching South Medford baseball on TableRockSports.net. Home half of the second inning, no score between the South Medford Panthers taking on the Rogue Valley rivals just down the I-5. The Ashland Grizzlies come to town. First pitch to Caleb Long's fouled back. And the next one misses inside to even the count up 1-1. On the bump for Ashland, Cruz Dreiling, and he misses with that breaking ball. Moves the count to 2-1. Caleb Long, Tosh Stumpenhouse, and Luke Mason, 3 due up for South Medford in the home half of the second. The 2-1 hit to center field. Coming in is Nathan Carter to make the grab for the Grizzlies. 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. Defensive lineup for the Ashland Grizzlies behind their pitcher Cruz Dreiling. Catching him, Jackson Kemper. At third base, Dylan Anway. At short, Keller Bloodworth. As there's a ground ball by a diving Anway at third. First pitch hunting, Tosh Stumpenhouse with a 1-out single for South Medford. Luke Mason at the dish for the Panthers. Waiting the 1-0 offering from Cruz Dreiling. It's Tosh Stumpenhouse at first for South. Foul tipped at the plate. To continue the defensive alignment behind Cruz Dreiling, we've got Dylan Anway at third, Keller Bloodworth at short, Trip Rep at second, and Ayera Nogues at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Mason. Just missed. 2-1 the count. In the outfield for Ashland, in left, Taidi Williams. In center, Nathan Carter. And in right, Zach Mendivez. Pop fly into shallow left. Or shallow right, excuse me, and that's Mendivez squeezing the grab for out number 2. Kyle Cope, the South Medford right fielder, will step into the box. Still looking for our first runs of the afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on TableRockSports.net as we continue to bring you coverage of high school athletics from around the Rogue Valley and the state of Oregon. Unsuccessful pickoff throw. Tosh Stumpenhouse back safely. Stumpenhouse the 1-out single. And a fouled back into the net by Kyle Cope was right on it. Cruz Dreiling trying to work around a 1-out single. That misses away to even the count up, 1 ball and 1 strike. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Head to Lithia Superstore, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, or visit lithiasuperstore.com. Fly ball into center field. Carter is tracking it, makes the grab, and that will retire the side. A 1-out single by Tosh Stumpenhouse and nothing else To the top of the third we go, no score. You're watching South Medford Panther baseball on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Top of the third inning, the Ashland Grizzlies come to Harry and David Field to take on the South Medford Panthers in the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Thank you for joining us here on TableRockSports.net as we continue to bring you coverage of South Medford Panther baseball. Top of the order for the Ashland Grizzlies, Dylan Anway, Trip Rep, and Nathan Carter. The 3-2 up against Carson Joe on the bump for South, and first pitch swinging, Dylan Anway fouls it off for strike one. This game brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip. It all begins at My Circle K. A nice breaking ball from Joe, and he's ahead 0-2. Ground ball to the third baseman Caleb Long. A high throw, and it's over the head of the glove of the first baseman Tanner Douglas, and that error would allow Anway to take second base. Defensive alignment behind Carson Joe. Cameron Sewell playing shortstop. Caleb Long over there at third. Elijah Havey at second. Tanner Douglas at first. In the outfield, Luke Mason in left. Tosh Stumpenhouse in center. Kyle Cope in right. And behind the plate, Bennett Thompson. Taking his warm-up swings right now is Trip Rep. Joe off the mark on that first offering. Leadoff man in scoring position for the Ashland Grizzlies. And a pickoff throw to second base, and they didn't get him. A ball was dropped. The throw was in time. A heads-up play by the South Medford Panthers. That's Bennett Thompson behind the mound, or behind the dish. Anway safe at second. The 3-0 finds the zone to keep this at-bat alive. Hitters count for Trip Rep. Runner on second, and he takes a strike on the upper inner half to run the count full. The payoff. Fouled back. Anway reached on the air at second base. The 3-2 to Rep. Breaking ball finds the zone. Strike 3 called. Carson Joe gets Trip Rep looking. A big first out for the South Medford Panthers, but it doesn't get any easier for them as Nathan Carter, the Ashland center fielder, will step into the box. Joe checks the runner at second, and his first pitch to Carter finds the zone for strike 1. Joe very methodical on the mound, now comes home with the breaking ball. Dropped in beautifully for strike 2. The fastball misses low. Anway at second. 1 out in the top of the third. An RBI opportunity for Nathan Carter. And instead, Joe checks Anway back to the bag. The 1-2. Spoiled by Carter. Just waved at it and got a piece to stay alive. Up and in, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carter waits and taps a breaking ball back to Joe, and they've got the runner at second. Anway in a rundown. High to Havey. Havey back to Joe. The throw to second. Not in time. Nearly a spectacular inning-ending double play. Instead, Ashland able to salvage a runner at second. That was Caleb Long, Carson Sewell, and Elijah Havey getting involved before Carson Joe, the pitcher, applied the tag. Carter replaces Anway at second base. 2 outs now. And Tyadi Williams swings at the first pitch, grounds it foul off the third base side. Couple of big outs by Carson Joe after the leadoff man reached second base on an error. Joe fell behind 3-1 to Trip Rep before battling back and eventually inducing a strikeout. And then Joe recovering the ground ball hit by Nathan Carter and got the rundown of Anway. Started and finished. There's a beautiful breaking ball by Joe for strike 2. Waved at and missed. Thompson will pick it up and throw onto first, and Carson Joe able to wiggle out of the leadoff error and keeps this game scoreless. To the bottom half of the third we go. You're watching South Medford Panther baseball on TableRockSports.net.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine, not so far away, that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day, and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens, called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Perry and David Field, the home of the South Medford Panthers. A beautiful day here in Southern Oregon. Sorry you can't be here at the ballpark, but you're getting the next best thing, and that is listening to it and watching it live on any device here on TableRockSports.net. Carson Joe able to wriggle out of a jam in the top of the third inning. Cruz Dreiling will look to keep the staring match going. He'll face off against the top of the South Medford Panthers lineup, Cameron Sewell, Bennett Thompson, and Tanner Douglas. Sewell, the smooth swinging shortstop, swoops out of the way of that high pitch for ball one. Hit well, but foul off the third base side. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Medical Eye Center of Medford. They have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. To learn more, visit medicaleyecenter.com. Here's the 1-1 from Dreiling. Muscled into right, and it's going to get down in front of Cope. Excuse me, in front of Mendeviz. And the leadoff runner aboard for South Medford in the home half of the third. The first pitch to Bennett Thompson in there for strike one. Bennett Thompson batting .538 early in 2021. He's got 7 hits, including 3 doubles and a triple, 6 RBI, 8 walks to just 1 strikeout. Oh, and by the way, he's also 4 for 4 in stolen bases, as that's fouled back for strike 2. Oh, and in case that wasn't enough, Bennett Thompson also the clear ace on the South Medford staff, recording 18 strikeouts in 14 innings and a 1.5 ERA. The 0-2, the runner takes off. That is belted to left field and deep and gone! Home run, Bennett Thompson, and the South Medford Panthers strike first. Tanner Douglas in the box now for South. Dreiling comes home. That's hit to left field. Looking for it is Williams, and that's going to get down. It bounced on the warning track, and it's a double for Tanner Douglas. The bats have come alive for South Medford in the home half of the third. Next up is Carson Joe. Joe took a healthy hack. The ball gets by the catcher, and coming around home to score is Tanner Douglas. South able to steal another one on an error. And the wild pitch brings Douglas home to make it 3-0 South Medford. A nice curveball from Dreiling to get ahead of Carson Joe. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chopping ground ball to the shortstop Bloodworth. Throws on the run. A pretty play in time to retire Joe for the first out of the third. One down, the bases are cleared for Elijah Havey. Havey batting .308 this year. 4 hits, 3 RBI, and 4 runs scored. Looks at a first pitch strike from Dreiling. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Ground ball up the middle, past the pitcher, and coming over Bloodworth, not going to get there in time. An infield hit for Elijah Havey. And the South Medford offense rolls on. Caleb Long next up for South. Dreiling with a high breaking ball that catches the zone for strike 1. Caleb Long batting .286, 4 RBI and 3 runs scored. Swings over the top of that breaking ball for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 on and 1 out in the home half of the third. Already 3 Panthers home. A good take by Long. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball misses up and in. And Long has earned himself a payoff pitch. Gets away from the catcher for ball 4. Two on for South Medford. And Tosh Stumpenhouse due up, but not before we have a meeting on the mound. We'll step away for a quick commercial break. You're watching South Medford Panther Baseball on TableRockSports.net, taking on the Ashland Grizzlies in the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
We have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherb coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Stumpenhouse into the left field corner. Coming around to score is Caleb Long. And South has busted it open in the home half of the third. And another meeting on the mound for the Grizzlies. We'll step away for a quick commercial break. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
First pitch to Luke Mason. Misses low for ball 1. The runner goes. The throw to third. Not in time. Tosh Stumpenhouse with a stolen base and puts himself just 90 feet from home. The 2-0. Breaking ball from Rensweiler, and it falls in. Stumpenhouse at third. And a 2-1 to Mason, waved at and missed for strike 2. And a good fastball by Rensweiler. To retire, or to get strike 1 on Kyle Cope. Next pitch fouled back for strike 2. And that foul ball struck the press box and up behind us. It's a tough press box, though. It'll stand. Next pitch misses up and in for ball 1. Breaking ball waved at and missed for strike 3. Rensweiler able to limit the damage to the top of the 4th. We go. South puts up 5 in the 3rd and takes a 5-0 lead to the second half of this game. We are watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We've stocked up with over 200 new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from one of our largest inventories ever of new Jeep Cherokee 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. You'll find the new vehicle you want at the low price you deserve. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Welcome back to Harry and David Field. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Carson Joe on the mound in the top of the 4th inning, now with a 5-run lead, courtesy of the Panther offense that they hung on Ashland back in the home half of the 3rd. Rogue Valley rivalry here on TableRockSports.net. The Ashland Grizzlies in the south, Medford Panthers. Still plenty of baseball left. And Ayera Nogues will lead it off for Ashland. And try to answer back, get a couple on the board for the road team. Carson Joe starts Nogue off with a first pitch strike. Ground ball left side. Kyle Long across the diamond, off the mark, and into second base. Standing up is Noakes. Now it's consecutive innings now where South Medford has committed an error to let the leadoff man take second base. Jackson Kemper, the Ashland catcher, now into the box. Joe's bunt gets it down. That's a beauty off the left side. Joe picks it up, throws to first in time. That is a fantastic play made by the South Medford pitcher, Carson Joe. You may be thinking to yourself, Joe looks real comfortable out there, especially on the left side of the infield. Well, he's also the everyday third baseman for the South Medford Panthers. Makes a nice play there to retire Kemper. The sacrifice does work. And now Noakes just 90 feet from home. Miles Ransweiler came on in relief of the starting pitcher, Cruz Dreiling. And now we'll get a chance to swing the bat. 1 ball and no strikes. Noakes able to, Ransweiler able to hold off on the high heat. And now Ransweiler ahead, 3 balls and no strikes. Joe comes home and paints the inner half. The 3-1 fouled off. And Carson Joe in a battle here with Miles Ransweiler. Here's the payoff with a runner at third. In there, strike 3 called. Carson Joe was able to wiggle his way out of that leadoff man, reaching second base with nobody out in the home half of in the top of the 3rd inning. He's got an opportunity to match that here in the 4th. First pitch to Keller Bloodworth, inside for ball 1. Fouled off the first base side. Evens the count 1-1. And that pitch just missed. Two and one to Keller Bloodworth. That finds the zone to even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ayera Noakes on third, ground ball left side. Sewell, the backhand stop, the throw to first in time. And for the second consecutive inning, Carson Joe wriggles out. Now the runner on second with nobody out jam. To the home half of the fourth we go, 5-0 South Medford. You're watching Panther Baseball on TableRockSports.net.
Medford School District, we have a shared vision. All are learning, and learning is for all.
We all have a role to play when it comes to preventing COVID-19 at school.
And in our community.
Our community agreement states,
I will
wear my mask at all times.
And properly.
I will maintain physical distancing.
Stay arms length apart.
I will
wash my hands often.
For 20 seconds, soap and water.
I will
stay home when I'm sick.
This is our MSD community agreement.
To keep our schools safe.
And the community safe.
Home half of the fourth inning here at South Medford High School. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 5-0 South Medford hung all 5 runs back in the third inning. And we'll see what they do for an encore performance after Carson Joe, for the second consecutive inning, able to wriggle out of a runner on second with nobody out jam. Top of the order for South Medford, Cameron Sewell, Bennett Thompson, and Tanner Douglas will go against Miles Ransweiler for Ashland. Breaking ball by Ransweiler in there for strike one. Softly hit ground ball. The shortstop Bloodworth charging. Another throw on the run. In time to get Sewell. That's 2 spectacular plays we've seen made by the Ashland shortstop, Keller Bloodworth. One away, and Bennett Thompson, who ripped a 2-run home run back in the third inning to get the scoring started for the South Medford Panthers, will climb aboard here in the bottom of the fourth inning with 1 out and nobody on. Off the first base side, tracking it is Nogues. Not going to get there as the ball lands right on the fencing. Thompson doing it all for the South Medford Panthers. And after that home run, tied with Caleb Barney for the team lead, as that one is crushed but foul down the third base line and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes on Bennett Thompson. Miles Ransweiler comes home, breaking ball. Bennett Thompson doesn't offer. Two and two. The pitch home. That misses low for ball 3. So Thompson has worked the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff. Hit hard, but on the ground, off the heel of the third baseman, Anway. And Bennett Thompson aboard. We'll see if they give him the hit or the error. It was a hard hit ball, and still waiting on the official scoring. They're going to call it a hit. Ball was smoked by Thompson. And now Tanner Douglas takes high for ball one. 5-0 South Medford in the home half of the fourth inning. As that's fouled straight back by Douglas to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanner Douglas was batting an even .500 coming into today. 7 hits, a double, a triple, 5 RBI, 6 walks to just 2 strikeouts, and 7 runs scored. The runner goes, the pitch is low, and Thompson steals his 5th base of the year. Lifted into left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. They're waving Thompson home. The throw not going to be there. It's an RBI single by Tanner Douglas. And the Panthers tack on another one here in the 4th. Up now is Carson Joe for South Medford, who has gotten more run support than he's needed today. He's blanked the Ashland Grizzlies through 4. Back pick to first base, and Douglas dives in safely. Joe coming into this one batting .444. 8 hits, 6 RBI, 7 runs scored. Pick off to first. Douglas again back in safely. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. The Ashland Grizzlies against the South Medford Panthers. Hard hit up the middle, scooped by Bloodworth. A toss to second for 1 to first. Not in time. A fielder's choice will erase Douglas. Puts Carson Joe at first. 2 away for Elijah Havey. This broadcast would not be possible without the support of our amazing title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstore, Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler. Visit lithiasuperstore.com to find your next ride. And that is Caleb Barney in the box for South Medford, coming on to pinch hit for Havey. will most likely stay into play second base. One ball and one strike to Caleb Barney. Carson Joe at first, on the ground. Scooped up by Bloodwell. The throw to first. Another fantastic play made by the Ashland shortstop to retire Barney. But South tacks on another. An RBI single by Tanner Douglas. We appreciate your support. Sean Thompson into the box for the Grizz, trailing 6-0. As Carson Joe has kept Ashland off balance all afternoon long, and he starts Sean Thompson off with a first pitch strike. Oh, 0-2 to Sean Thompson. Breaking ball to the shortstop. Sewell scoops, fires, in time to retire Thompson, one away. So Caleb Long moves over from third to short to replace Elijah Havey, who was pinch hit for by Caleb Barney. Number 14 playing the hot corner at third base for South Medford, as Joe drops a first pitch strike into Dylan Anway. Anway made it to second base on an error to lead off the top of the third, but got caught in a rundown that was started and ended by South Medford starting pitcher Carson Joe. Joe misses, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. That finds the zone, and it runs the count full. And at the last moment, Anway calls time. This broadcast is brought to you in part by My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins at My Circle K. 3-1 low and away for ball 4. A one-out walk issued to Dylan Anway. And with a runner on, that'll bring up Trip Rep. Ashland managed just one hit so far against South Medford starting pitcher Carson Joe. South has committed a couple of errors to account for the additional traffic on the base paths. The runner takes off. Rep swings the pitch. The throw to second base in time. Bennett Thompson erases Dylan Anway, and we are 2 outs in to the top of the 5th. Oh, and 1 to Trip Rep. Breaking ball waved at for strike 2. And that just missed. Here's the 1-2 to Rep. Another off-speed pitch. Rep able to foul it back. Call. Did he go? Yes, said the first base umpire on the appeal. Strike 3. Joe picks up another K and another scoreless inning for the South Medford Panthers. To the home half of the 5th we go. 6-0 South Medford. You're watching Panther Baseball on TableRockSports.net.
In the Navy for 4 years. I went in for education, employment, and travel, and the Navy gave me all of that. I have medical appointments out of the VA DOM. It's a big blessing to us veterans to have transportation, to be able to get out into the community and get involved. I have a cart and do my grocery shopping. When it's loaded, they lower the ramp for me so I can get it on the bus. Now more than ever, I think RVTD is the bus company with a heart.
Caleb Long, Tosh Stumpenhouse, and Luke Mason. The 3 up for South Medford. The first offering from Ransweiler filed off by Caleb Long for strike 1. And Long behind in the count, 0-2. Chopping ground ball to the shortstop. Rep on to first, and just in time. Long was hustling down the first base line, and he is retired on the 4-3 punch-out. One away in the bottom of the fifth. That'll bring up Tosh Stumpenhouse, who reaches for one, flips it into shallow left field. Williams coming on, and it stays up for him to make the grab. Quickly 2 away. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Medical Eye Center of Medford. They have a wide range of eye care services for the entire family. To learn more, visit medicaleyecenter.com. And now the South Medford left fielder, Luke Mason. Fouls the first pitch back for strike one. Six runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Panthers. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Ashland Grizzlies. And that has dropped him beautifully for strike 2. Miles Ransweiler on in relief of Cruz Dreiling. Gave up an unearned run in the fourth, as that is reached for and fouled back by Luke Mason. Hard hit to center field, and that's going to get down. Scooped up by Nathan Carter, a 2-out solid base knock by Luke Mason. Gannon Jones, the answer to our mystery man. Came in the top of the fourth inning. Or excuse me, the top of the fifth. Playing third base for the South Medford Panthers. And takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike by Ransweiler. Jones pops it up. The second baseman Rep squeezes the glove, and that will retire the side. A 2-out single by Luke Mason and nothing else. To the sixth we go. 6-0 South Medford. You're watching Panther Baseball on TableRockSports.net.
My Circle K, powered by GP Energy, you can turn an ordinary lunch break into something extraordinary with crispy, crunchy chicken. Grab and go their delicious chicken, chicken tenders, famous biscuits, and tasty sides. MyCircleK.com.
U.S. Cellular believes everyone deserves 5G. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
Get the latest 5G phones for free today at Siskiyou Cellular, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular with 7 Valley locations. Visit souscellular.com for details.
Fuel your daily adventure at My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Whether it's morning motivation to get your day going, adding crunch to your lunch, fueling up for a road trip, your journey begins with My Circle K, powered by GP Energy.
And Caleb Barney takes over in center. Nathan Carter first up for Ashland. And Lee looks at a first pitch strike from Cope. A scoreless game until the bottom of the third inning. Bennett Thompson ripping a two-run homer. There's a ground ball to the shortstop Sewell. On to first in time for out number one. Southwood plate three more in that third inning, tack on another in the fourth. And that's the story of the game so far. Carson Joe wiggled out of a couple runner on second, nobody out jams to keep this game scoreless, and now that onus falls on Kyle Cope. Tyati Williams in left field for Ashland takes high for ball one. Two and no the count now. Cope missing high with ball three. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Bill's Glass, the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. Cope finds the inner half of the zone to make it 3-1. Fouled at the plate, and the count runs full. Hard hit through the hole between third and short. A solid single into left field by Tyati Williams. And a runner aboard for Ayara Noakes. Slicing down the right field line. Foul. Ayara Noakes Spends his free time, among other places, at the Gas House here locally in Phoenix Talent. Part of the Gas House gang, and Nogues looks at strike two. Up and in, back pick. And diving back safely is Williams. Waved at and missed for strike three. But with two away, that'll bring up Jackson Kemper. Up and in for ball one. Another back pick. And again, Williams able to get back safely, but just barely. Hard hit into left field. Jackson Kemper with a two-out double to put runners on second and third. And South in danger of losing this shutout. As Miles Ransweiler, a chance to help out his own cause. On the bump for Ashland, finds himself with two on in scoring position and two out in the top of the sixth. Fouled back. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyati Williams is at third. Jackson Kemper is at second. The 1-1 in the dirt, kicks off of the catcher, and that is going to allow a run to score. Two balls and 1 strike. And Ransweiler able to lay off for ball 3. A little flare in foul territory. Carson Joe squeezes the glove to retire the side. Ashland gets on the board on a wild pitch. Tyati Williams coming home for the Grizz. To the home half of the 6th we go. A 5-run lead for the Panthers. You're watching South Medford Baseball on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships, rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Home half of the 6th inning at Harry and David Field. South riding a 5-run third to a 6-1 lead over the visiting Ashland Grizzlies. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Make sure to head on over to lithiasuperstore.com and thank them for supporting Table Rock Sports. New pitcher on the mound for the Ashland Grizzlies, Keller Bloodworth. The starting shortstop for Ashland now takes the bump. And Zach Mendeville, who was in right, comes into play shortstop for the Grizz. Top of the order, Cameron Sewell, Bennett Thompson, and Tanner Douglas, as South will look to put a few more runs on the board before we head to the top of the 7th inning. Cameron Sewell singled back in the 3rd inning and then was brought home on a 2-run blast by Bennett Thompson his last time up. And Sewell takes a strike on the outer half from Bloodworth for strike 1. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Visit playmedford.com to find the latest on adult leagues, classes, and so much more. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sewell. In the air to right. And under it, the Ashland outfielder for out number 1. And now here's Bennett Thompson ahead on a 1-0 count. Thompson, a 2-run home run to get the scoring started for South Medford back in the home half of the 3rd inning. The offering from Bloodworth outside for ball 2. And that's high for ball 3. So Bloodworth wanting no part of Bennett Thompson. We'll see if he gives in with a meatball. The pitch home. In the air, deep to left, but slicing foul and out of play. Thompson's been ahead on a couple Ashland offerings today. Outside, ball 4. Thompson takes the free pass. 1 on and 1 out for Tanner Douglas. The first pitch to Douglas misses low for ball 1. Bennett Thompson at first. 1 away in the home half of the 6th. That will get by the backstop, by the catcher to the backstop, and allow Thompson to take second. Tanner Douglas had an RBI single back in the 4th inning to score Bennett Thompson. Lifts that one to center. Nathan Carter not going to get there. Carter picks it up on the 1 hop, and they are going to hold Thompson at third. Just a long single for Tanner Douglas. A nice play in the outfield by Carter to limit to just 1 and to keep Thompson from coming home. Runners on first and third now for Carson Joe. And that will kick off of the catcher and allow Thompson to score. Douglas goes to second. The score now 7-1 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Two and 0 to Carson Joe. And a healthy cut comes up empty for strike 1. Up and in for ball 3. Joe takes third on ball 4. Joe takes first on ball 4. Douglas takes third on the wild pitch. Runners at the corners for Caleb Barney. Low for ball 1. If you're looking for a place to eat after the game, you got to go to My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. A bit of a wild throw by Bloodworth. Pulls his first baseman Nogues off the bag. 1 ball, no strikes to Caleb Barney. Tanner Douglas at third, Carson Joe at first for the South Medford Panthers. And that's high for ball 2. Bloodworth behind, 3 balls and no strikes. High for ball 4. The bases are loaded for Caleb Long. And timeout called by the Ashland Grizzlies. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back. Bases full of Panthers on TableRockSports.net.
You're a coach or plan to be a coach. What kind of coach do you want to be? This?
Hey! What is that? Come on, guy! You're killing me!
Or this?
I love it. I love what I see. I don't care about the mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Guys making millions of dollars on Sunday, they make mistakes.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.org.
There's a time machine not so far away that takes you back to a world just a few streets wide, where wonder rules the day and families are transformed, from the smallest bug-eyed explorer to that surliest know-it-all. So dive into the past and let them see the world through a simpler lens called Southern Oregon. Their adventure begins when you travel Medford.
Welcome back. Bases loaded in the home half of the 6th inning for Caleb Long. South Medford Panthers trying to add to their 7-1 lead. Tanner Douglas at third, Carson Joe at second, Caleb Barney at first. The 0-1 fouled back for strike 2. In the air to shallow center. Carter is under it, and they will not test the arm. Two away for Tosh Stumpenhouse. And Tosh ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Stumpenhouse with an RBI double back in that 3rd inning. Takes a healthy cut. 2-1 the count. Douglas at third, Joe at second, Barney at first for the Panthers. And that is high for ball 3. Hitters count for Stumpenhouse, and there's nowhere to put him. In the air to right. And it's out of reach. Gabe Brabeck, the throw to third, a good throw at that, but a bases clearing triple by Tosh Stumpenhouse. And the Panthers make it 10-1. Luke Mason now. Fouls the first pitch back for strike one. Stumpenhouse at third. Here's the 1-2. Reached for and tapped foul. Mason able to stay alive. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that is in there, strike 3 called. But the damage is done. A bases clearing triple by Tosh Stumpenhouse gives South Medford some extra cushion as they head to the top of the 7th inning. You're watching Panther Baseball on TableRockSports.net.
We have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got grand champion, and today I got reserve grand champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherm coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Top of the 7th inning, final 3 outs for the Ashland Grizzlies, facing a 9-run deficit after Tosh Stumpenhouse capped off a 4-run 6th with a bases-clearing RBI triple. 3 RBI triple. Kyle Cope on the mound to face off against Keller Bloodworth, Sean Thompson, and Dylan Anway. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. The first pitch from Cope here in the 7th. Misses low and in for ball 1. Bloodworth fouls it back. The count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cope comes set. The pitch home. Low and away, a nice block by Bennett Thompson behind the plate for South Medford. Ground ball back to Cope. Nice play by the South Medford thrower. 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. Zach Mendeville. Will bat now, and a beautiful breaking ball dropped in by Cope for strike 1. Cope ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Mendeville able to lay off. And that is called strike 3 on the outer corner. Cope with the K. And now the final. Ashland down to their final out. Dylan Anway. And Cope drops it in there for strike 1. A healthy cut by Anway, came up empty. And now Cope just 1 strike away. In the dirt. Blocked by Thompson. 1 run, 2 hits. Excuse me, correction, 3 hits. 1 run, 3 hits for the Ashland Grizzlies. 10 runs, 11 hits for the South Medford Panthers. The 1-2. Chopper to the third base. The short hop. Nice play by Carson Joe. The throw across the diamond in time. And that will do it. The South Medford Panthers defeat the Ashland Grizzlies 10-1 on the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. For our executive producer, Joe Brett, and cameraman, John Ofori, I'm Jonathan Kerman saying so long from Harry and David Field. You've been watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. We'll catch you next time here on TableRockSports.net.